Let's take a look at finding angle measures from section 2.5. We're going to be doing 2 example problems and then 2 problems from page 156. The first page we'll be on is on page 150. Let's look at example 4a. What you're working with here is finding angle measures across vertical angles. So let's get that set. We'll draw the illustration roughly the way the book has it here. And it's got on one side 4x plus 19 degrees, and on the right hand side 6x minus 5. Now essentially all you're doing with these is using the angle principle that vertical angles that are across from each other are going to be equal. So whatever this angle is right here, this whole opening will equal whatever this opening is. So use that to set up your equation. You're just going to set the 4x plus 19 equaled to 6x minus 5, and then let me change that, 5 out of there, equal to 6x minus 5. Once you solve for x, then you're going to plug that x back into either side, and when you plug it into both, it should be the same. So we're going to find out. Now using your solution principles, it's easier to subtract the smaller value of x from both sides. I'm going to do that first, leaving me with 2x on the right hand side of my equal sign. In the same step, I'm going to go ahead and move this 5 over to the left side. And I have 24 equals 2x. Divide both sides by 2 and you get x is 12. Now don't stop there. It's a common mistake to quit early. But once you get that 12, then you're going to need to take the 12 and plug it back in up here. Now you can plug it in either one. You should get the same thing. So let's try that theory out. On the right hand side I have 6x minus 5, so that would be 6 times 12 minus 5. 6 times 12 is 72. So 72 minus 5 will give me 67 degrees. Now to be sure I'm correct, I'm going to go ahead and plug it into this side as well. I have 4x plus 19, so that's 4 times 12 plus 19. That's going to be 48 plus 19. And that does give me 67 degrees. So when those two are the same, you can feel pretty confident in your answer. Go ahead and just circle one of those, but be sure to check that work. Now that differs from our next example. Let's put that one in. What this one works with is supplementary angles. So you have two angles that are going to add up to be 180 degrees is the thing that you know. And in example B, you've got the larger obtuse angle measured 4x, and its supplement is 3x minus 30. Be sure that you use what it is that you know. Both of these combined, if you start from here and go all the way around, will give you 180 degrees, and that's a straight angle. So when you add up those two angles that you're given, 3x minus 30 plus 4x, and that is what will give you the 180 degrees. So now it's just a matter of solving for that. It's 7x when you combine 3x plus 4x. I'm going to add 30 to both sides. So 7x equals 210. Divide both sides by 7. So x equals, now 21 divided by 7 is 3. Add your 0, so x is 30. But again, don't stop. You need to plug those back in. Usually you will have to answer both of these angles. So 4x will be 4 times 30. So your obtuse angle will measure 120 degrees. The acute angle, you should already know what that equals by taking 120 away from 180. This should equal 60. But to be sure that you did your math right, go ahead and plug your x value in. So you have 3 times 30 minus 30, and 90 minus 30 indeed gives you 60 degrees. So here are your two angles, 60 degrees and 120 degrees. You know that from the illustration they should add up to 180, and just do a quick mental check to be sure they do, and they will work. Now let's move on to page 156 in the textbook. Let's do a couple of problems from the assignment. The first one would be 43, and it's exactly like the one we just got finished doing. Let me draw that back up. We'll insert the expressions. x plus 1 for the acute angle, and you have 4x minus 56 on the obtuse angle. Now when you stop and take a look at that, you're working with supplementary angles. Again, if you go all the way across, you're going halfway around a circle, so you know that that entire straight angle will equal 180 degrees, and you need to add these together. Now try not to shortcut. You want to go ahead and set your equation, so that way you're showing each step. X plus 1 plus 4x minus 56 equals 180. Use the solution steps that you know. You have x plus 4x, combine like terms to 5x. You have 1 minus 56 is remaining, so minus 55. And then the right side you have nothing to do, equals 180. Since that's minus 55, add 55 to both sides. So now these cancel, so you have 5x on the left. 180 plus 55 will give you 235. And then divide both sides by 5 to give you your x value. So x equals, so now quickly, let's do 235 divided by 5. If you have a calculator, use that. 4 times 5 will give you 20. You have 35 remaining, so x is going to equal 47. Now this angle is the easiest one. You have 47 plus 1, so we know that's 48 degrees. We don't really even need to show work on that. And this angle should be 180 minus 48, which would give you 132. That's what I should get, so let's put x in and solve it down here. You have 4 times 47 minus 56. Now 4 times 47 is 160 plus 28, so that's 188. And you take 56 away from it. Let's see if we get 132. 8 minus 6 is 2. 18 minus 5 is 13. So that does check. And you've checked your work at the same time. So 48 and 132 are your two angles. And the last problem is number 45. And we're back to working with vertical angles on this one. Let's just draw some up. You don't have to keep it to scale versus what's in the book. Just put something in there for your use. Your left-hand vertical angle is 5x minus 129. And the right hand is 2x minus 21. Now don't confuse these with what we just did. You don't know that these add to 180. There's no way to know that unless they're both right angles and they're marked as right angles. So what you have to do here is recognize the vertical angles, and the vertical angles will be exactly the same across these lines. So 5x minus 129 equals 2x minus 21. Take 2x away from both sides, so that leaves you with 3x on the left-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and add 129 to both sides to move my constant to the right-hand side. And 129 minus 21 makes that equal to 108. And you divide both sides by 3, that'll give you your x value. So x equals, what would this be? 36? I believe that's correct. Now take that 36 and plug it back into your x value. That's 2 times 36 minus 21. Now 2 times 36 is 72, and 72 minus 21 will give you 51 degrees. And if we did everything correctly, then this left side should also be 51 degrees. Let's do 5 times x, which is 36, minus 129. Now 5 times 36 is 150 plus 30, so 180, minus 129. And that does give you 51 degrees. So both of those angles are 51, and since they're the same, then we can be confident in our mathematics.